I had a really rough start to my Sunday yesterday. It wasn't just because I had a lot to drink while I was in Las Vegas. It wasn't just because I'm really bad at gambling, specifically blackjack. It wasn't just because the one game I bet on was Colorado to beat the spread. It wasn't just because of all of those things. It was also because I missed my flight home early on Sunday. And I'm thinking to myself, do I really want to watch a Houston Texans game at a Las Vegas casino where, while watching with all the other NFL fans, I'm going to feel like the kid sitting at the losers table in high school, you know? Oh, I'm the one guy rooting for the Houston Texans here. I bet there'll even be Jaguars fans here, but probably not one single Houston Texans fan. And I'm going to sit here and I'm probably going to watch them get absolutely waxed and then realize that, great, when I get back home and my Sunday scaries are completely fought off, I'm not only going to have to talk about the Astros getting swept by the Kansas City Royals, I'm going to have to talk, I guess, about the Houston Texans and about how we hope that this team gets healthy at some point in time. And then that happened. 37-17. I could not be more happy. And you guys all know I'm a Patriots fan. I grew up in Boston, but I've wanted this team to, at the very least, be entertaining, be watchable, so that you guys can actually like the NFL, like football, the way that I do. And I mean, from start to finish, I cannot be more, I'm going to say a very strong word here, proud of how they played. I mean, this is, once again, a team that was without Laramie Tunsil. 4 offensive linemen aren't out there. You take a look up and down this roster, and yeah, they're going up against a Jaguars team that's probably a little bit overrated. I feel the same way about Trevor Lawrence. But from start to finish, that was an ass kicking. And they did it in all 3 phases of the game. I can't believe Stroud wasn't sacked once. He had been sacked 11 times the first 2 weeks. We're talking about the same exact offensive line. 20 for 30, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tank Dell, holy crap. So they just stumbled into him. 5 catches, 145 yards, and a touchdown. They couldn't run the ball, didn't matter. A effing fullback returned a kickoff for a touchdown after he collided with the actual returner. The play should have been a disaster. But everything went their way yesterday. And of course, it starts with the quarterback. After the game, D'Amico Ryan said, everything starts with the quarterback, and we've got a good one.
Everything starts with the quarterback, and we have a good one who's done really good things. He's improved every week, and that's what I really like about and admire about CJ is just he's dialed in to improving every week. He's not satisfied, right? He's been a leader for us, for the offensive unit, and it's impressive to see a young man go out and continue to get better each week and lead that group.
They found the guy. I feel very confident saying that. Week to week to week to week, we have seen incremental improvements from him. And in this game, I mean, he was nails. The touchdown pass that he threw to Tank Dell on 3rd down, he was under pressure there. Calm, poised, stands there, lobs a perfect ball to Dell, who was wide open for that touchdown. Made a couple of plays by extending, using his legs. Hell, they even had a nice little 2-minute drill situation right before halftime. That was a tremendous performance by the Houston Texans. And now I got questions for you. Are you guys back in? Are you back in? It was the Jaguars. You know, it's still the Jacksonville Jaguars here. It's a team that, made the playoffs last year. Probably shouldn't advance past the first round because they got to play the Chargers. Trevor Lawrence overcomes 4 interceptions. They go on the road. They play Kansas City. They had a pulse against Kansas City. Hell, they had a pulse against Kansas City last week. So, I mean, this team's supposed to be good that they just beat. 37-17, does that have you back in? Especially when you realize that the Astros are making things difficult for all of us. Sean, are you back in?
Not yet. You
Not
know
yet.
why?
Why?
Because the Texans, they own the Jacksonville Jaguars.
That is weirdly true.
They have not lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville since I don't even know when. I might have still been in high school. Matt Schaub might have been the quarterback the last time that they lost to the Jags.
Bill O'Brien was still the head coach of the team.
Is that like a true fact?
That is actually a true fact.
Wow.
It was 2017.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I was 21 years old.
Damn.
I was in the middle of college.
So
That's crazy.
Flimsy Cherry on the Twitch says, I said the Jaguars were overrated on Friday. We got some sarcastic comments as well in the Twitch.
No.
CJ Hall of Famer, 15-2. Let's go.
I will say the winning mentality really showed itself yesterday.
I saw it because they won. And that's what you do when you have a winning mentality. You win the football game. Twitch.tv/ESPN 97.5. Fishing with Dana says the Jags are terrible. Calm down, folks. You know what? No, I'm not letting you do this today. I'm not letting you do this.
Fishing with Dana. I don't know if you've been paying attention. So are the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
If the Jags are terrible, the Texans are like the ooze at the bottom of a dumpster.
Yes, but they look good. That ooze, ooh.
Secret of the ooze.
It was really good ooze yesterday.
Oozing up and down the field.
Well, you know what? We're going to move on from that. We're just going to move on from that word.
Las Vegas casino that you're
all that ooze, baby.
Woo, go Texans. The ooze is loose.
You know what? The best part about watching it, too, was that there were two disappointed Jaguars fans behind me at the sports book, and they were so annoyed. And I made a couple of noises because I was dead. Like, I was hungover. I had showered, so at the very least I looked good, but like no coffee, no water. Like I just sat down, found a seat, and I'm like, I'm not moving here for 3 hours. I'm just gonna sit here, watch the game. We'll figure out how to get home later. And to see, first off, those two Jaguars fans behind me be sad. But second off, the degenerate to my right who was yelling at the Jaguars too, like, fall on the football. Don't get the kick blocked. Like, he was so angry the whole game.
Tackle number 47.
Yeah. Why can't you tackle out there? Like, that added a little bit extra to this. But, man, you suck if you're not happy with this win yesterday. I'll say it. You just suck. It was a great win. My God. They feel like they're going somewhere for a change. And sometimes, you know what? Sometimes you just get lucky. Sometimes you just stumble in to really good fortune. And maybe that's what they did. Just think about all the things that have happened over the last couple of months that has the Texans now with D'Amico Ryans as head coach and with CJ Stroud as quarterback. I mean, they could have had Sean Payton. How's that going in Denver? What if CJ Stroud was taken off the board with that first overall pick? And we're not just talking by the Carolina Panthers. We're talking about the Chicago effing Bears. Those dumbasses who are on national TV again yesterday for reasons I don't know. And yet they're like, you know what? Now we're going to trade the first overall pick to the Panthers, who took Bryce Young, who looks like a kicker. And this guy falls to the Houston Texans. And it led to, I thought, a great comment that actually made the front page of ESPN. Brevin Jordan had this to say about where the Texans are, CJ Stroud, and how happy he is that things ended last season the way that they did.
How about that quarterback?
That quarterback's unbelievable, man. I was just telling somebody on the sideline, the best thing that happened to the Houston Texans organization was us beating the Indianapolis Colts last year, the last game of the season. So, Seven's the guy, man. We rock behind him at all times.
I mean, he sounds so excited there. And right after a win, totally natural. But it seems like they finally have gotten lucky. And that's what most of this is. We talk about like roster evaluators, and people are very hard on some of the NFL. Some of these guys are actually good at their job, and the results don't indicate that they're good at their job. it's a very difficult thing to evaluate talent coming out of a draft and free agency to see if it'll be your fit. You do have to get lucky. Like, I'll admit, the Patriots got lucky when they got Tom Brady. They got lucky when they somehow got Bill Belichick away from the New York Jets. He had just literally started working there and then quit on a cocktail napkin. They got lucky the team didn't move to St. Louis. Like, sometimes you just need to get lucky. It feels like the Texans finally got lucky here. And I don't know where any of this goes. All I'm saying is they have a pulse again. And if you're not back in after yesterday, either you didn't watch the game because you just hate the organization, which I do understand, or you suck. Like, if you're not excited about it and you watched the game yesterday and you're coming out of this, like, actually, and I don't think there's anyone that's really feeling this way. That's one of the cool things about today, Monday, September 25th, 2023, if you are someone who follows the Houston Texans on a regular basis. For a change, I think we're all on the same page saying, like, yeah.
Thank you, Davis Mills. That's all I got to say.
Thank you.
Thank you, Davis Mills. Thank you, Brandon Cooks.
Thank you, Lovie Smith.
Thank you to that Colts DB that may or may not have had money on the game.
Man, that is crazy. It went right through his hands.
Right through it.
It went
and
right
all
through
of
his
his
hands.
all of his teammates had money on the game except for him.
I also feel great about how I was the one person who was saying, like, yeah, they should have gone for the win.
There you go. Because
I don't suck, Sean. I don't suck. A lot of other people suck. Oh, we're going to have the real draft pick. You know what? Nope. Sometimes you just need to get lucky. You just need to get lucky.
You saw the six-dimensional chat. You know, you're Doctor Strange in the
Yes.
Avengers movie where they're like, no, wait. The only way this all works out is if we get the number 2 pick.
I saw all the possibilities.
Yes, because
if only I'd seen those possibilities while at the blackjack table, I would like my $1,000 back. But hey, like, who's counting?
At least the funniest part about this is because if the Texans had the number 1 pick, they just would have picked Bryce Young. They would have done it.
100%. 100%. Sometimes you just get lucky. I'm happy today. You guys should be back in.